what we've gotten ourselves into. Like, I'm happy it's happening, but I feel like it's like a virtual event, and I've never done anything virtually. I mean, except crew.
Can people hear you?
Nobody's on right now.
No, I'm saying if you talk at that level, will people be able to hear you?
Mm. Hello, hello. Vershona, them hopping in. What was that Ezekiel Elliott question? How do you Christian flirt? It's not Ezekiel Elliott. What's his name?
Ezekiel. The other part of his name is Nigerian. I can't.
Words by Ezekiel, right? It's
Yeah.
his Instagram. Words by Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, lady and gent, if you're there.
Who's that?
Vershona.
Hey.
We're letting some people file in. I'm going to pull you guys in just 1 second. I guess we can catch up. I think, do you know how to request? Oh, there we go. There we go. They're on because they're on.
Mm-hmm. Who's everybody else?
All the people who said they're going to hop on.
Mm-hmm.
Am I blurry, Angel? I know you'll tell me the truth.
People, hello.
Hey,
I'm just looking at names anymore.
How y'all doing? Y'all look like y'all just came back from Hawaii.
That's every day. It's giving vacation.
Hey, y'all look so relaxed.
Woo. Yeah. Our own four walls, man. It's a blessing. It's a little bit more. I think we got like 12.
Congratulations on getting married.
Thank you. Yeah. Couldn't hear.
You guys hear us? You guys can hear us?
A little bit. It's like a little delayed. It's a little delayed.
Yeah, I think I see a lot of the lives are like that, so that's why we got 10 minutes.
It's gonna give Newscaster. It's gonna be like, and thank you.
How y'all been?
Good. I mean, definitely good. New city, new life, new. It's been
City now.
Orlando, right?
We're Orlandoinians now. Whatever we're called. Orlandoinians. Something.
You guys technically aren't from Florida anymore. Well, aren't in Florida anymore.
Technically.
Like South Florida, we barely want to claim West Palm.
Correct. I'm a leave that
way.
Way.
As opposed to South Florida. How you like Orlando as opposed to South Florida? I'm here, so I'm gonna let her take over on that one because
I definitely think it's a calmer environment. Definitely. I'm glad to drive and not have to worry about beeps every 2 seconds. You know, it's just the energy is just so calm in comparison. Because Miami's like this all day. So the slow, hey, how you doing? It's a very nice change of pace, given like that we've been going like this since before the wedding and a little bit after.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You guys did a honeymoon?
Yeah.
Us too. Yeah.
We did a honeymoon, but there was a lot of things that had happened during our honeymoon. So we're using this period that we're in now to be our honeymoon, to just be together in this bubble and just have a honeymoon phase in our own apartment. No, literally.
Okay.
Very good. I love it.
Love y'all.
We
love y'all too.
Jinx. I would
not to be happy or anything on vetting for
love. I'm always the advocate for transparency, but I put a disclaimer out there. Please do not feel obligated to put your whole business out on me. Okay?
Yes. I'm not. Y'all, they're not gonna know that.
I say that publicly also so that you can keep me accountable. You can keep me not ask questions and just even throw my business out there too. Hey, we want to help people and stuff.
If you guys see me just go like this, it means
no question, no comment.
No comment. We don't have to answer that.
That's gonna be our our safe word. It's not really a safe word because it's not a secret. Next question means the next question, but
and then questions.
Yes. So our first question, we just saw Words by Ezekiel post this.
Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did you guys, and how do you now Christian flirt?
Christian flirt. I don't know if that counts because we're married. I don't know if that's
married now. Christian flirt.
How did before you got married?
I said one really bad cheesy Christian pickup line.
Yes.
But it worked.
It did work.
I said I was reading through the book of Numbers the other day, and I realized I didn't have yours. So what was your number again?
I would dap you up. Because that's not bad.
Shame. It's a shame.
That's I was gonna expect something real corny. You came out the Bible, you know what I'm saying? It's scripture, the book of the I like that. Did it work? That it worked?
We're married.
That's a shame.
You were cackling just like that, Vershona.
Literally, I'm like, really? Does that work on people? That's kind of crazy.
It's working on me. Does that work on people?
Oh, all right.
Oh my goodness.
Was there any way that you kind of, I don't want to say you flirted. Well, this is like a mysterious thing when it comes to Christian women. But if you flirted, did you flirt? And
what did that look like?
What did that look like? Or were you kind of the on the receiving end only? Like, how did that work for y'all?
Question.
It is. I'm gonna only say I don't know because he and I have this tendency just to be oblivious to that sort of thing. Even before we met, he would be like, "I was flirting with you." I was like, "Really? I had no idea." To say that, and so like, I don't know if it was more flirting, but we kind of skipped into just getting to know each other. That's why I'm like, I don't technically think we really flirted. Like, do we joke around and be like, nice shirt on, dude, and like stuff like that? Yeah, but like, I don't think we outright flirted. Like, I don't know. Exactly. That's how bad our flirting was. Exactly. That's the best.
Wait. No. The guys are bad at flirting?
I was just saying I was bad at flirting. That's the best I got. The nice shirt. Yeah.
Nice shirt.
Exactly.
All right. So all the churches out there, pastors, y'all add flirting 101.
No, please help the people.
I do think, if I may add, I think Christian men that believe in Jesus really probably should learn a thing or two about how to communicate and flirt. If they anybody how to do that, because it's just weird. A lot of stuff I see online and some conversations I've held. It's like why'd you say that? That doesn't make it. It's just people sound just weird. Just
start with my sister. It should never start with my sister.
Yeah.
Christ.
Or straight to marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not flirting. There
has to be in between.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not your wife, but don't call me your sister. Like, can we find a little balance? I want, because people are on here, watching us too. How are you guys flirting? Y'all can go ahead and drop that in the comments while we continue. Did I flirt with you?
No. Nope. I think one of the very simple things that helped when it came to flirting with my wife was like the Bible studies. Like, it wasn't so much that I had, because Christian women, right? The biggest and closest thing to their heart is their love for the Lord. So it's like, there's nothing other than like looking good, the hygiene, your teeth is brushed, you took a shower, all that stuff is great. But like when we would have Bible study and stuff, and like I would really be saying scripture,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? To the point where she was like, okay,
Mm.
I see what you're going, the pastor.
So he didn't flirt. He was trying to flex.
Correct.
Yeah.
He was trying to
Yeah.
explain that he know all the verse addresses and.
Yeah. I would say it's more of like a flex. It was, I studied to show myself approved. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't about us this time. How do you guys vet one another in order to be like, all right, I can marry you? Like, at what point, what questions did it take?
You want to go first?
Yeah. So I guess for me, I'll be humble, open, transparent. I came out of a toxic relationship. I was in a toxic relationship when I met her, and I was coming out of a toxic relationship, and I prayed, and I was on the floor with God, and I was like, all right, Lord, what do I need to do to get better? What is it that I need for this next step for a wife? Because I want a wife. I know I asked you for a girlfriend, you gave me a girlfriend, and that was absolutely terrible. I need to be more specific. What are the qualities that you want for my wife? And he gave me a list. So he said, I want you to write down absolutely everything from beginning to end, from like what you want her to look like all the way to what you want her to feel like in your presence. So, okay. So I made that very, very detailed list, and I wrote everything in there, and it revealed a lot of stuff in me that I was like, okay, maybe like that's not right. Maybe that's not something that I should be wanting. And it opened up my eyes to like be receptive to a wife. So then I was like, after like I did this for I want to say almost a year, 2 years of just writing this list out, and just I was going off of experiences from like girlfriends. And then I asked God, I was like, all right, Lord, whenever you're ready, send me my wife. And I got a phone call from my honey.
Oh, very nice. So I'm pretty sure all the guys who are watching this, they want a copy of that list. Go ahead and print it and send it to me, and I'll send you. Okay, so let's dive into this. So let me ask a more specific question. What were some of the craziest questions that you guys asked one another, like off the top? And I want to hear from you too, Vershona.
This is my kind of question.
What would you advise to somebody who might be where you guys were, as questions, now that you guys are married, what questions should you ask being where you are now?
Right.
So I'm a hypotheticals kind of person. Like, I'm not one of those girls that'll be like, oh my God, if I were a worm, would you still love me? I'm not saying that. But I'm like, okay, we've been dating for 2 months. If you were healed and if your ex-girlfriend were healed, would you leave me to go back to your ex-girlfriend?
Wow, that's insane. Did she actually ask you that? Did she ask you that for real?
What did you say?
I said no, because
good answer.
not even for like a that's the politically correct answer. I said no because even with all the healing, that hurt is still there. I was still bit by a snake. I'm not going to pick that same snake up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And why would I go for a snake when I have an angel now? So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Like that. That was smooth. That was like advice too. And let me tell you, we're about to get Chauncey on here next, really quick, because you guys are the only married couple that we have tonight. What is your advice before you go, to just general advice? I'm not going to make it specific because I want you guys to say whatever comes to mind as top advice.
Top advice. I mean,
Really?
no, I mean, that could be yours. But I was going to say, if you're ready for a relationship, make sure that you're going to be in it for a long haul and that you're not picking someone temporarily to fill a hole. That you want someone to be there for the long haul. Because a lot of relationships, they'll be like, oh, it's here. Then the hard stuff happens. And it's like, I could get another girlfriend. I can get another boyfriend, but it's like if you want something with longevity, you have to be in a mindset to keep maintain longevity, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
That makes all the sense. That's what marriage is all about, really.
Chad, got a chance to ask. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. For mine, I would say when you do find that person that you do love, when you do find that person that God gives you confirmation on, listen. The relationship is a symphony, and for guys it's really hard because we want to be the ones who's pounding out the notes because that's what we've been told all our lives. But in reality, you have to find the rhythm and the tempo throughout the entire song of your relationship, and that tempo can change, the melody can change, but the overall most important thing is you have to listen and you have to find that rhythm as you keep going.
Yeah, and that works for y'all. Don't base your whole relationship on someone else's rhythm.
I'm gonna need you, Chad, to stop talking with poetry because my wife is why is my wife grabbing my arm? Okay, while you're talking. So whatever poetic class you took, stop it, get out, drop.
We gotta kick you guys off.
That's really good. Also,
so good.
I would say, Chad, there was a question we asked Vershona that I wanted you to also answer. You didn't answer that. What is a question that you would ask? I know you spoke more to the rhythm, but what is a question that you would ask or advise someone to ask, men or women?
What are the demons that you battle that I can battle with you?
Wow.
What are the demons that you battle that I can battle with you? Without going into detail on our relationship, there's some sleepless nights that you go through. There's a lot of silent moments that we don't realize are silent moments or silent battles until you have a partner with you to ask you like, hey, I saw something, what's going on? How can I help you with that? So I think that's an important question, and it takes a level of vulnerability because as a man, you have to be ready for the answer. And then as a woman, you have to be ready to give the answer.
Right.
So.
Okay. Now, with the descriptions that you guys have given and the questions that you've answered, my last question would be, how long? Because a lot of the things you guys have been saying, in all honesty, takes some time to weed out of somebody, right? It takes a certain amount of time of consistently, and then this is assuming that things, we keeping our hands to ourselves, that we don't have situations that are distracting our judgment. But what is a good amount of time that you think two people should be figuring each other out and dating, courting, until they jump forward into a relationship where they both want to get married? Because like you said, assessing demons, right? Asking yourself, is this somebody that I really want to be with for the long haul? People don't know. You know when you want to be in a relationship with somebody in a couple of weeks, couple of months. So you know if you want to marry somebody also with that same type of time frame. So it's like, assuming this person is a mature believer, how long do you think that that's supposed to be?
And then we're talking about just the jump from relationship to marriage type thing, right? Or just from courting to relationship.
From courting, I would say from courting to getting into a relationship.
Courting to relationship, I would feel like maybe 6 months tops.
6 months.
But I say that with the understanding that like within that 6 months, y'all aren't just talking, y'all are doing experiences, y'all are going out, because someone's words can hold some weight, but until you see the actions behind them, it doesn't really mean anything. So like they can say like, oh, I don't lie, I tell the truth, I did this, that, and the third. But then you see them around their friends and they're lying about their life. You know what I mean? But you have to put them in situations to see in those 6 months, can you back up your words?
To
add to that, I believe, like, personally, I feel like everybody has a different time frame. Yeah. Like, you. God knows you, you know you. He knows how long you're supposed to be with somebody. He'll tell you when it's time to move on based on, like, the feeling that you feel, not in your flesh feelings, but in your spirit.
Right.
So when you're feeling it in your spirit, like, hey, it's time to go. I need to go with something else. Go with it. If you feel like, hey, this is the right move, this is the right step, this is where I want you to go, then go with it. But I wouldn't. 6 months is a good like time frame, but I wouldn't say that is the end all be all. After 6 months, if this girl ain't what I want her to be, then I'm a dip, because it might take some longer time, because she might be having a harder time walking with the Lord than you, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So 6 months is a good weed out as a generalization, but every single relationship is as specific as the hairs on our head, or in my case, beard.
Please.
Your beard. I love that. I'm not used to lives, man. I wish I could talk to them more.
Well, unfortunately, we have to cut this one late because we got to get Chauncey on. I don't want her to go to sleep on us. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Love y'all.
Oh, Danielle, you missed some good stuff. You're going to have to catch them. Maybe we can get you guys to come back on again. And we're figuring out this whole time frame thing. You know, if they're lucky, we'll get you guys back on.
Just text us. We'll be up. So.
All right.
Awesome.
Love
Bye,
y'all.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Chauncey, you ready for us? Hello.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Let me tell you, going in. So we're running a little late. Angel, if you're here, G and I are going in. If Angel's in the chat still, do just give us like 10-15 minutes and we'll be back to you. Hey, Chauncey.
Hi, Angel. Hi, Gio. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. We're doing good. All right. So our first question is something that we saw Ezekiel post. The guy, he runs with Jackie Hill Perry and them.
You know the poetry guy.
Yeah. Okay. So he said, how do you Christian flirt?
Yikes. I feel like I'm very cringy and awkward. I think I'm personally like just a little weird, but I feel like if you don't catch it or you don't have eyes to see, you won't really see it. So like I'm a very jokey person, so I just be like kind of throwing little jokey jokes or jabs a little bit, and you gotta just pick it up, you know.
How do Christian guys?
Huh?
How do Christian guys flirt to you?
Well, I feel like it's the normal thing. Like they'll just compliment me, do nice things for me, you know, let me know, oh, you look nice today, whatever, you know, those type of things. And like once we start engaging in conversation, like say we have like a friendship type of thing and we're engaging in conversation, then it's kind of like I give you something, you give me something back. It's kind of like a back and forth type of thing.
Right.
But you got to kind of get my personality or my humor to understand like that's what's happening. Or it might be offensive.
Last question. I wish we had more, man. One day we'll have.
When we go live,
how would you prefer Christian men to flirt with you? Like, what is preferred in your opinion?
I'm a very cheesy person, and I like puns. I like.
Oh, you would have liked. You would have liked
what Chad said. Chad said, "Hey, I've been looking numbers and I couldn't seem to find your number."
Would you like that?
I
don't feel like that would work for her though.
I
like that kind of stuff. It's very cringy, and it's like, shut up, but keep going.
Shut up, but keep going. Okay, so this whole thing is about vetting people out, trying to figure out like if they are not just who they say they are, but if they are who God has for you, right? Have a list.
I do have a list. I actually made one recently, like in December specifically, because I started going to therapy and I was like, I need some help here. And she's like, all right, we're going to make a list. We're going to make boundaries. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So I started to make my list, and the top 3 things Is that what you guys asked for, right? Okay. The top 3 things I have it here.
It looked like more than 3
Is more
things
than 3
though.
things.
It look.
It's
Go
pretty
ahead and scan that.
hefty.
I told Chad, and I see 10%.
Okay. So the top 3 things is, of course, is a God-fearing person.
Right.
Second is business oriented, and the third, I'm gonna put 2 things for the third, is family oriented, and then also financially aware. Like, those are very important things for me. Okay. Yeah, I need that.
Can you explain the business oriented
So the
part?
business
Right.
oriented, like, they don't have to want to do the same things as me, but at least they have a mind for business. Like, at least their thoughts are like, I'm not just gonna keep working this same job for the rest of my life. Like, you have to be open, because I have a lot of business ideas, and it's not only just to engage my ideas, but I want to be able to partner with someone that can see the value of what it is that I'm saying, or they can bring me an idea and I can assist them in that way. So
Right.
I know that I'm called to be a multimillionaire, a
Yes.
billionaire actually, and I'm not about to be with nobody that don't see the money. Like, I was in a relationship before, and it wasn't it. Like I would do little games. Like, we went to, what is it, Saks Fifth Avenue. I would just walk in there. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, just preparing myself for what God said I'm gonna have. So I go there. We're looking around. This boy squeezing his booty cheeks, and like saying, "I ain't paying." I was embarrassed.
Your test. That's how you vet them. You take them to an expensive store and see
I
how they
didn't.
act.
Wait.
I didn't ask you to buy me nothing. We'll come back to that, Gio. I didn't ask you to buy me nothing.
Look,
I don't like that.
take,
I don't like that.
take that man to sex and see how he act. Because the thing is, you don't. And this is really. You wanna know why this is so good? It's because it's not. Nobody asked you to buy
I want you
nothing.
to buy me nothing. I'm just in here looking.
To me, that just means that you don't understand the value on quality. And I'm so no.
Right, but no, like, it's not even about, like, you're not preparing yourself to go. Like, I've gone to other places, and the fact that I've never asked you to buy me anything there. So if I just want to look in here, what's wrong with that? Like, we're doing the same thing. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why do you feel obligated to squeeze your booty cheeks and just blurt out crazy stuff? It's kind of embarrassing.
Gio booty cheeks tight right now. I know y'all can't see them. But look, that wasn't one of my deal breakers. So that's why, ladies in the chat, know what's for you. If booty cheek squeezing is not gonna work, you put that on your list so you don't forget it. It wasn't on mine because I can appreciate that because I'm someone who is like, if I can't buy nothing in there, I'm not going in there, and if I can't buy whatever I want in there, I'm not gonna go because it's like I don't want to see something I can't afford and then up with it because I will swipe a
My
card.
thing
I just
is, it's not even about that. It was me testing my faith. Well, I was already at that point, but also just seeing, are you at the same level mentally? Like, even if we can't afford nothing in here, we're not finna act like it. We're not about to act like, you're not about to know that I can't afford nothing in here. I'm walking in here like I could buy everything in here. Okay?
yeah, you're checking for decorum.
Right. Decorum, and also just like.
Hey,
Look,
I've had enough.
do you
Flag
say
on the plate.
no? Listen, Chauncey, this is good because you know what? This weeds out the men who say I want cheese on my burger when they ask how they want it. With the man, medium, well, rare, not cheese.
No.
This is good.
What are you?
I like it.
No. Good, Chauncey. This is
It's
fantastic.
good for Chauncey.
What do you
Chauncey.
say then? What do you say?
Okay. So this is. Y'all people leave me alone. This is my thought on this. First of all, I questioned the business oriented part. I ain't questioning your list. I love the list, but it's a curiosity to me because when I look at my wife and I would always say, and to this day, she's way more entrepreneurial. That is an exercise in my mind. I've always pushed it off to I'm the people person. I'm human resources. I'm relationship geo. My wife is business, delegation, administration, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have also learned more of her world and have taken an interest, and I'm finding where I fit in that whole industry stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I was asking, does he have to come business minded already, or does he more so just need the heart and the willingness to be taught? Because again, I'm not really convinced that I have any type of entrepreneurial bone in my body, but I am willing to learn. And if it makes sense to me logically, then I could put my effort into it. So that's all. That's all. Now the whole booty butt cheeks is, he's walking around. Y'all go kick rocks.
Gave you some points.
Y'all go kick rocks for all that. I love that. I love that for y'all. In all honesty, though, to this day,
the money.
No, it's not that. Maybe.
G will see a 2015 Lexus and be like, "Oh, that's a nice car. I like that. I could buy it cash." It's good, but
I just personally think, and then I'm gonna let y'all move on. I personally think that to this day, if me and my wife would go to Christian Louboutin, right, or whatever his real name is, the LV guy, if we go to his store, I'll be gonna keep my hands in my pocket, and if my wife does everything, I'm gonna tell her to put it back. But I believe God. You know what I'm saying? I believe He's gonna take us there. And maybe this is an exercise in my own mind. But I'll say this: when I was younger, I was taught from my Haitian grandmother, if you don't have the money to buy it, stop touching it. So I admit, maybe that's just how I grew up. It just makes sense. So it just makes sense to me. So anyway,
that's how I grew up too, and that's why we work. But I think a good point that he was making is hold on. We ain't telling you what to do. But the reality is some things are things that we can think about and be like, okay, maybe you can grow in this area, because when people really love you, they start to change their mindset on things and they become interested in the things that you're interested in. But if that's in your top 3, girl, I don't know. I say no tight booty cheeks.
So to answer your question, I am open if they don't come with that, but as long as they're open. Okay?
Right.
Don't be squeezing your booty cheeks and being like, I don't know, whatever God give me. What?
You have not, because
exactly. You don't, what are you talking about? That don't make no
very good
sense. But yeah.
All right.
I have so much to say on
what,
this.
What else y'all got? What else you got?
No. Yeah, we need to have that.
We need to have because then we could really go into some stuff. Y'all.
I think it's all just a heart thing. That's my thing. I think it all boils down to a person's heart, like you said. In the person's heart, you find their willingness, and if they are willing, you can do so much with a yielded heart. And the yielded heart is not like gender specific, Mm-hmm. Like I have to be willing to taught how to be business minded. I can't just say business disgusting. I don't want it. I can't do that. So yeah, I like your list. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a really good list. I like the things you said. I want to know, because Angel's coming on, not me, Angel, the other Angel. Another Angel's coming on here next, and obviously she's younger than us. How does it look for you to vet somebody now to make sure they have those skills that you can't really, because we're ultimately measuring potential. How do you vet someone to see if they fit that potential? What is the process now versus if you were as young as Angel is?
Mm-hmm. So I don't have a lot of experience, but I have been growing in this area and maturing and dating. But one thing that I've realized is that I'm not able to see everything. So I always not right away, but as soon as possible, the sooner the better, mm-hmm. I'll pull in my immediate family, my close friends, so that they can see how this person operates. They might be able to pick up something that I'm not able to pick up. And they're able to say, okay, Chauncey, watch out for this. Or, okay, Chauncey, I know you said this was great and all, but I seen this. So, take it easy. So those type of things. And then also being exposed to their group of people or their tribe. like seeing how they operate with their persons, their friends, their family, how they treat their mom, whomever it is that is close to them, being able to see them in those different elements so that you're able to measure, is this person consistent? Do they say what they do they do what they say? Um does their character change? What is some of the red flags that you see that you might ignore, that someone might have picked up and it's like, okay, no, pay attention to this, those type of things. So as of recently, that's something that I've been kind of implementing more of, so that I am able to be like, all right, I can't drop the ball with this because everybody around me could see for me too, just in case my eyes miss something.
You, where we gotta go. At what point in time do you bring those people to the other people in your life that can evaluate that and see who this type of dude is?
What time?
Because like that's always the question. Like if you just say from 2 months of talking to this person up to 6 months, at what point do you bring them? You as a female, because I think guys, we have a different time frame, because you guys are looking for things, we're looking for things that are different. But what time do you do that? Because I think that the longer a person might wait, female and guy and male, the harder it would be for them to be receptive to what other people will spot.
Yeah. I feel like earlier is good, but for me, I want to take a little bit of time. So for me, like I would say within the first to second month, like within the second month mark, you're able to like, okay, my family's having this, da da da. You want to come out and meet them, or we're doing this event. Do you want to come bowling with us, or something like that? Like engaging them into that space, especially like I feel like I have to be comfortable enough to be like, I might see myself with this person, or I actually might like this person for real. Let me start bringing them around more people so that I can see how they engage with my tribe and vice versa. So something like that. Like I don't want it to be like a brand new person. So something like that happened to me before. There's a person that I had never met in my experience, and they just jumped on in, and it was just kind of like, I didn't even get time to meet you myself. So whatever you do, you might embarrass me, and I don't know what the heck. Like I'm not prepared for it. So I want to be able to know, like, oh, okay, this is a not crazy person. I can bring them around my people, and they not looking me sideways. Come on over. That type of
Oh,
stuff.
been dating Mr. So and so for what? How long?
Who?
Because I haven't.
Who is
Who?
she dating?
Third month of the
Huh?
year. So
Huh?
I'm just
You don't.
saying.
You don't know if. Can you listen to my kids?
I'm listening to your
You don't know if
kids.
she's dating somebody or not. You don't know if she wants to disclose that
That's why you
information.
bait her.
No.
Are you dating somebody?
No, Chauncey, you do not have to that. We already billionaire status. We can't be spitting all this.
Exactly.
They gotta pay. This is
I
not.
don't know what kind of prospects on
It's
here.
not
Hey.
room.
Exactly.
No, Chauncey.
You trying to make my squares a little bit smaller.
You trying to trap her?
Exactly.
No, make sure that you good. You know what I'm saying? Just let them know I throw hands.
You do that in private. My husband won't be fighting anybody. I'm so sorry. I'll be too tired. Whether he winning or losing, I don't.
Anelia, I always win. Anelia wants to know. She wants you to repeat your list, by the way.
You want the whole thing or the little shorter version?
Right through.
Give me top 10. I'm curious to know.
Top 10 is God fearing.
Angel,
what you say?
No, I was saying, Angel, get ready to come on next. Put your request in.
God fearing, real relationship with God, business oriented, family oriented, gentleman, thoughtful, insightful, influential, integral, emotionally aware, romantic, stern, giving, and protective.
My God. Okay. Clap it up for the list. That's fantastic. That's beautiful. Absolutely fantastic.
Really quick before you go, because I still don't see Angel yet. When you are like vetting for these particular traits, right? What you may consider protective and what I may consider protective might be different. Have you like made questions to make sure to see like what determines what fits the protective standard that you have?
The protective standard that I have is how they show up for me,
Mm-hmm.
how they speak on my behalf, like when I'm not there, when I am there,
Mm, good. I
Right.
like that.
how they um like the precautions they take when I'm around. Like if I'm in the
Right.
car, is you speeding crazy, doing stupid stuff, like those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I'm sorry. I don't do.
So those are some of the elements that I think of as far as protective.
Right.
And I don't necessarily tell them this is what I'm looking for. I just
So
look for it. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. You do that?
If you
Interesting.
5 out of the 10, is he a no deal?
I need
that's
more. What the heck? Why wrote 10 if I only got 5? Come on. You're gonna have a little bit more than that. Come on now. It's okay. And if
yes.
if
Hey, we
if you ain't got
in
the
my
keys,
group.
you ain't got the keys. It's okay. Go to somebody else's house.
Go
Okay.
to somebody else's house. She said what she said. I think this is a great list. I think, the people want to know it. So whenever you
Yeah.
look, you can get your going. Tell the people them.
See, the issue that Sierra had is that she didn't share her prayer before it got answered. So now it got answered, and now everybody wants to know. Share your list before you get the thing that you
Oh,
asked for, so that everybody will always already have a
But I
model
had a
for it.
problem
That's
with that because I feel like
the
when
wrong.
you start telling people what the list is, they start trying to morph themselves into the list and then
Yes.
present themselves a certain way, and that kind of stuff. That ain't a good feel.
You.
It's giving narcissist. You open the door for narcissistic behavior. Yeah. So I don't want to participate in those things. So that's why I gave my list to Jesus, and he reveals to me in the person's character if they're that person or not.
Right.
And as I commune with him, as I commune with the Holy Ghost, as I commune with my immediate family, I'm able to see. Like he gives me eyes to see. Usually, if it's the person ain't it, I get a in my spirit. But sometimes I be ignoring that I haven't done it in this season. And this season it's different.
mm-hmm.
But in the past seasons I have because I was bored and I needed something to do. But I'm not that person anymore. Okay? Ain't nobody got time to be playing. The world is about to end. Jesus is coming back. So I need to be with somebody who is the person that's gonna help me get what I need to get done. And vice versa.
Yes. I love that.
Very, very good.
I love that. And I'm proud of you.
Yes.
Thanks.
I love Chauncey. Y'all is something. I don't know what to do with y'all to be honest.
Come to church on Sunday. I'm asking some questions.
Oh my gosh.
You first. Okay.
Always late. All right.
I love you too.
Bye.
Oh, this is fun.
Y'all having fun? Because I sure am.
Hey.
Wagwan, my youth.
Nagwan.
Girl, you're my angel. All right, that's it.
I'm good and nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. Speaking is kind of hard sometimes,
It's the conversation. If you swipe away all the little bubbles that you see down there, it'd be just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kick them off. How you doing? How's school and everything? Are you still in school?
Yes, I have one more year. One more. After this semester, yeah.
After this semester.
Yeah.
Very good. That's progress. Say something, man. That's borderline medical school, which you just went through.
I know, right? My brain.
Yeah. Medical school is 4 years, and that's a 5-year program?
Yes, it's a 5-year program.
That's crazy. Okay.
So, Miss Angel.
Hey.
How do you Christian flirt?
How do I flirt? I'll compliment you. But I will it depends on what type of level. Like if I'm just meeting you, I'd be like, "Oh, hi, that's a nice shirt." But then like after I'm like the friendly stage is like, progressing, I'd be like, dang man, you fresh, and then just making them feel themselves, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, how often do you do that as the girl though? Because I feel like because we have like two girls, we have Chauncey and Angel. I feel like my question is how do guys flirt to you?
Oh,
Christian guys
how
flirt
they
to you.
flirt to me
Wait,
or how I flirt to them?
Well, never mind. Hold on.
I was asking how do you flirt? And that question is being asked because I feel like women, we think we're flirting and we don't be flirting. Like you can tell Gio his shirt nice and I don't think you flirting with him. Well, clearly you wouldn't be. But what I'm saying is like that's such a casual thing to say. Like, shirt is nice.
Okay, that's like the friend, like, but then like if you see the friendship progressing and I'm ready to like, show that I like you, I'll start talking junk a little bit. Like, like even like especially if they're like in a sport or something, or it's a race, I'd be like, you can't beat me, da 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 da,
God, one of
yeah,
them
yeah, a little
like
bit.
you.
Just so I can sit like they gonna try to beat me, then da 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 da, then we just yeah.
So you only roast the people that you trying to.
No, no, no. Like that's my personality in general. But if you see that I'm kind of doing it more, but
Oh,
taking it easy, yeah, yeah. Because I'll kind of lose a little bit just to, keep the conversation.
If you did that to me, it will go right and work it off. I know. If she come, first of all, let me explain something to you. In high school, I was a dude that would laugh at other people that got cracked on, but I can't laugh too hard because if I do, they're gonna be like, "What you laughing at, Jit?" And then they crack. So I can't. I don't do that. I walk away. If she would have just came out of here just cracking, I would have been like, "Obviously, you don't want to be with me. See you later." Oh, y'all ain't mean to show y'all that. What is this? Yeah, I would have been like, yeah, you obviously don't want to be together because you don't like me. Anywho,
No, but
I
yeah,
think it hurt. It works.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
because you have to be like fit to. You got to be competitive, and you can't be like malicious with it or like degrading the person.
I would be either not saying nothing or I just wouldn't know the boundaries. I would just go to malicious. I'm keep it real with you. You want to fight? You obviously want to fight. So let's just fight because I don't know how to. I can't hang with you on cracking level. Whatever.
Yeah.
How do guys flirt to you?
Okay, Christian guys,
Yeah.
they'll like. Okay, I used to wear a purity ring. I don't wear it anymore. Not because I'm not, but I just don't because it gives the wrong message. Like so many people ask me if I'm engaged, and I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
And then they'll keep asking me about it. Then when they find out, they'll get me like, they'll get a like buy me a book or like have conversations with it or like send me videos of like Miles Monroe sermons and stuff like that. Yeah, like one.
That was me. That's
See,
me.
yeah, or like one time somebody bought me a book
Uh-huh.
like on relationships,
Well,
like a Miles Monroe book. I was just like, what am I to do with this?
I hope they not on here because that's real specific. If you bought this girl a Miles Monroe book,
I don't talk to them. I just was like, thanks for the book. I don't know what to do
But
with it.
that wasn't like cute or
It
romantic.
was
Not romantic, but like
nice, but I mean, I don't lead people on, so
okay. Well, were you attracted to
no,
them at least?
absolutely.
If it
oh
was somebody
yeah,
you were attracted to, maybe it would have worked.
yeah. Nah, I don't know.
Man,
I don't think it would have worked for Angel. I feel like she'd be like,
No,
what's this?
no, it's actually really cute because then I know you read, but it's just, like it's real cute. If you get me a book, then it's like
you don't have no time
me.
to read
I do read. Yeah.
You read about
about architecture.
No, I don't like reading about architecture. I leave that to school. When I get home, it's either homework or nothing. I don't.
that's crazy.
Hmm.
What else you got?
Do you have a list, Angel?
I do. I have like a petty list and then I have like a serious list.
We want to know what's on the petty list first.
Yeah, what's on the petty?
What's
I've
on the
never
petty
heard
list?
about a petty list.
It's like, okay, the other list like God fearing, you know what I'm saying? But the petty list is like you gotta run a mile.
Oh
own a
my
suit.
God. And you have to run the mile
Yes, you have to run a mile. You gotta be able to.
in a certain amount of minutes.
If you slower than me, that mean you really. I mean, no. I mean, you could be slower than me. You gotta just like you gotta be able to run. I don't know, close. Close to my time. Because if you just,
What's your
huh?
What's your time?
I say like now, probably
11 minutes?
like 10.
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes
Yeah.
for you.
10.
I mean, that,
I mean,
that's
if
a
it's 15 minutes, then I mean you just showing me you want to run a mile because you just want to talk to me. You don't really run a mile, you know. But it's not a requirement. It's like a petty little list. Like, oh,
Okay, what's the petty list?
I mean, you gotta own a suit. You gotta have one
Own
suit.
a suit. That's not a petty list.
I
That's
like that.
actually really good.
Okay. Own a suit. Okay. What else?
What if it's orange?
I mean, it depends, like what your tie looking like, you know. But that's
Okay.
real hard. That's real hard. That's real hard.
Okay. So then let's get what's your top 3 things on your
Serious.
real list? Your serious
I
list. And God, we all believe in Jesus. You gotta believe in Jesus and we have to be attracted.
Yes.
What's your top 3?
You have to be like a whole person. You have to be like emotionally independent. Like saying like you don't have to like you don't need to be in a relationship that you want to be in one. So you have to be at that point in your life.
Wow.
That's good. But you okay.
How do you
All right.
determine that?
Yeah, how would you determine that?
I guess how would I determine? I would have to have conversations with the person, but like if they come into the relationship saying like they're depressed and that they need me because I bring joy to life, like what if one day I'm sad and I can't bring the joy into your life today? What you gonna do? Drop me? Or like if I have a bad month, what you gonna do? Leave me because I'm not being happy or bubbly like you want me to? So
Yes.
That's really good. What do you think about that?
No, I have no say. I think that's fantastic. I love that. What else? Yeah, I love that.
All right. What else
gotta
you
be
got?
a leader.
Okay. Now, hold on. Now, see, there
In
we
what
go.
area?
Every area. I mean, okay. You have to be a leader in financially. You gotta be somebody who just has a plan, gotta give direction. Not saying at my age, everybody knows you're not gonna be like a billionaire, millionaire, you ain't gonna have that much. But you gotta show me that you at least work into it. Or you gotta at least have one established.
Okay.
Um,
So does he have to have? Does he have to have? How do I want to phrase this? Because all right. So I'll say my issue with the whole leadership thing. Obviously, sometimes people are not really ready to be led, although that person can lead. So because my thing is leadership, in my opinion, is he may not need to know everything about the matter, but he's the first one to bring the matter up and to initiate, bare minimum, a conversation about it. So like when you say leading finances, she's an accountant by trade. I don't do accounting stuff, but I'm going to ask, what's the budget? What does this look like? Can we do an Excel spreadsheet that you do with the people at your job? All that stuff. I know nothing. I don't know, the advanced level, stuff about financials. But I'm not going to not have that conversation with you.
yeah,
So what
I
does that mean?
I agree, but at the same time, like when I say that, like, okay, like a president, of course
Mm-hmm.
he's not gonna know. He's not gonna be, the most intelligent person in like the realm of economics, but he still has to determine what goes on, and he still has control in that certain area, even though somebody else is knowledgeable about it. So in that aspect, he doesn't have to be a master at something. He just has to know how to make that decision. I guess this goes back to like having a relationship with God, because then you already, you couldn't be led. I guess I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
No, you are. You're in the vein. You are in this vein right here. Because I was thinking as you were talking before you said that key word, a decision maker. He doesn't have to have the skill set, but at the end of the day, when he sees all the cards on the table, Mr. Mansur needs to be able to make a decision.
And a good one.
And a good decision. We hope it's a good decision.
An educated decision.
An educated decision, a spirit-led decision by Holy Ghost. But sometimes there are, bad decisions.
Yeah.
But he doesn't step away from being a decision maker. I think this is like tested and true. Babe, where do you want to go to eat?
Ooh.
All right. Okay. 5 minutes later, and obviously I'm not talking about me and my wife. 5 minutes later, I'm playing. I'm just joking. 5 minutes later, the point I'm trying to make is that the burden to make a decision for the group or the people should fall on him. Mm-hmm. It just that it is what it is. Not saying that women are also not equipped to make those decisions, but most times, if I would ask my wife too, but most times I think women would prefer he make the decision. Just make the decision. Ask me what I think, so I can sprinkle my little dabble of opinion on there, and then make a decision. What you think?
I agree, because like, for instance, I got a lot of food places around me, but like, I don't know what to eat. You gotta, it's easier with less choices, being presented. So I agree.
Okay. I like that. What would you give, because you're 22, what would you give as advice people to ask when it comes to dating? Like, what is your advice that you would give to another friend who's 22, who obviously wants to date and then marry? What should she be aware of that, when it comes to, what she wants, how to get that? Like, what would be something that you would tell her if she was your sister? That's you wish somebody would have told you.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
Okay, I would say what Chauncey said. Don't reveal your expectations. I guess let them show you who they are, before you start narrowing. Because guys they are great speakers. They know how to talk, and especially like, even like, because I'm saving myself till marriage. They'll kind of like say their viewpoint after I done talked, and then it's like, is that really who you are?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they'll only. That's a different conversation, but yeah, I put that.
No, I want it. Bring it.
That's the conversation.
Okay, because I feel like, okay, speaking on like people who are saving themselves till marriage, girls, and you tell a guy that, it's more like you're seen as a challenge, and their words are a little bit more, I guess, the lies are a little bit more present.
Call it what it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is more present when they don't really like you. They just see you as a challenge, or like, I don't know, a goal to accomplish, because they want to say that they had it first. So
Right.
once you have to be able to discern what real intentions are.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you, honey.
Okay.
How would you advise anyone who's saving their self to navigate that conversation, and not anyone, but a woman specifically? Because I feel like if you're a man and you're saving yourself, you can be like, girl, this is going down. But as a woman, how do you advise women to navigate that conversation, clearly you can't ask somebody like, "Are you saving yourself?" Because if you say that, they're gonna know that you're you're trying to save yourself, right? So, what is your recommendation on that conversation?
I think sexuality is one of the biggest and easiest things to pinpoint as to whether this man or potential suitor is actually living the lifestyle. So remember, we said that we want somebody who's a leader for you, right? And all the women out there. And a part of leadership is that leadership is general. It's not, you know, you lead in just one specific area that you choose to lead in. That's not what that is, which means he should also be able to display a form of leadership in purity. We're not asking for a perfect man, but we're asking for a man who decides, I want to bring up the conversation of boundaries. If a man brings up the conversation of boundaries, most times, 50 or 60% of the times, it's actually on his heart to be pure. It doesn't mean just because he brings up the conversation that he'll actually pull through and that he'll stick to his own boundaries and abide by yours. But at least you know that it's his own soul motivation in his own heart that he actually wants to be pure and stay pure. If he brings up the conversation, he addresses the boundaries. If you dating him for 2 or 3 months, he ain't never had no conversation with you or brought up anything about time frame, when to drop you off back home, what not to do, what you can handle, what you can't handle physically. He ain't bring none of those stuff up. More times than not, that's not really in his heart. You know, because the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if it's really in his heart, he's gonna end up saying it in his speech. You're gonna hear him, and then you're gonna hear him and see him bring up the boundaries.
Right.
So I would say that it don't take long, man. I don't feel like it take a long time to see, you know, sexually if what this person is about, if they're really about trying to stay pure for real. Now, you know, I don't know how things are now. I'm sure it's, you know, harder to tell and people could wait a lot longer, you know, but I think Chauncey pinned it right here. I think that's a great thing to bring up. You don't have to tell him first what your opinions are about sex, but there should be some type of conversation. Bring up the conversation. Bring up the conversation.
So you would ask, like, what are your thoughts on sex?
I would wait. I personally prefer for a woman that you would wait until he brings up the conversation. But sometimes we give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's not something he's thinking about at the moment, or whatever the case might be. And let's say it's a question you want to know, you can then ask him. That's my that's what I would say. That's not my preferred thing. But if he don't bring up the conversation, at some point you bring up, what are your views on it? What's your views on it? Because it's an important conversation.
What is that point? At what time frame
should you bring that up?
Because the thing is, you don't want to bring it up too early, and then they're like, "Oh, this is the question she asking. I know what she thinking. No, like she don't want to have sex before, so I'm gonna play along." Or if you ask it too late, people will assume like, "Hold up, you ain't giving me no booty. What are you talking about?"
I personally think you could ask that question out the gate.
I don't think so. I don't.
Okay, all right, maybe. Okay, wait. Maybe because I'm the guy. I'm the guy. I agree with Chauncey. That's good. I'm the guy.
That's okay for older people, but Angel's age range?
It's hard.
Oh, 22? Well, I guess.
I'll wait 4 weeks.
I think.
Half ass, I ain't got nowhere to be.
It depends on where this person is in life. If you guys are both living at your mom and dad house, y'all ain't really got no real jobs for real. Y'all still trying to figure out, you know, school, career, life, all that stuff. I think the conversation could wait a little bit longer for sure. You know, but then again, people at that age too. I mean, what were we doing at 22? You know what I'm saying? People are still living life. People are still living life. If it's a perfect world at that age, if you're not living and dealing with your own responsibilities, paying your own bills, paying for your own roof over your head, the conversation could wait. Because you ain't really you. I don't know. You just probably you could wait. Now, if you are living by yourself, you taking care of your own bills. You ain't got nobody to tell you what to do, what time to get home. You are your own independent person. You need to have this conversation as soon as you can, because if you do not, Bozo or you are going to end up sliding to their house, having a little conversation. Before you know it, you're in an uncompromising position. What was you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, it depends on the environment you meet them in.
Explain.
If you meet them at church, there's already this this boundary or this, ideal. Like, I don't know. It's already a boundary created. Now, if I meet him somewhere else, then it's kind of like I'm going to wait to see who he is before,
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's good. I think
That's
that's
good.
really good. Chauncey said not all the time. What do you mean by that, Chauncey?
Oh, you can't. Hop back in. Can you do a three-way?
She's right here.
Oh, okay.
You can.
You can add people.
I'm not sure. I think I saw
I
it.
think people that do that before.
And if you like one up here, one down there, one down there.
Yeah,
like four?
No, like three, like one up there.
Okay,
I mean, I haven't encountered really fake Christians. I mean, but there you go.
we was in with a three-way.
Uvo.
I don't know what that is. I'm just playing.
Remember Uvo?
Yeah, Uvo. Yep. Yeah.
That's before your time, Angel.
I had Uvu on my iPod in third
Who
grade.
you was calling? Who you was calling?
My cousin.
Who are you calling third grade?
My cousin in the next room.
So what I was saying about the Christians in church, all of them people is not Christians, okay? Some of them is play haters. Some of them just come to ease and see who they finna snack up. You look cute, you look gullible, I'ma get you, okay?
Yes.
That's so true. They be coming to church to try to find y'all.
Listen.
I didn't never meet one of
They
them.
be praying.
I haven't met one of them.
Well, don't call them to you. You don't want them.
I have a question.
For who?
I have a very
For who?
question. This is a biblical question. Maybe I should ask this with my guy friends.
No, you just
already brought it up.
Because there's a story in the Bible, okay? It's with Abraham and Isaac and him wanting Isaac or his servant to find a wife for his son Isaac.
Right.
The Bible says that the servant's name was called Eleazar. Eleazar went specifically to a place that had women prevalent. It was almost like if he's a servant and he's like, hey, go find a wife for my son, he went to what would be equivalent a mall where he knows that there's going to be a certain type of people there that were women, because I guess in those times, I'm not sure entirely with like history and stuff, but back in those times, women were the ones that would go fetch the water for so-and-so, or they went to go, female shepherds, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's how that went down in the Bible.
So what that mean?
So I guess what I'm trying to say, I don't think it's wrong for a guy to go to a church, maybe not for the sole purpose of finding a woman, but if he goes to church and he also knows that so-and-so goes to this church, like, he just connects the two dots. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong.
He's saying that because that's what
okay. Well, I mean, I don't think it's wrong either, but it's more so like as far as the girl, are you sure that this is a real Christian? Are you sure he's really walking by the word of God? Is this really a man of God or just a play poser? I've seen it before, okay? This guy looked really handsome, was everything, looked the part. He came talking a nice talk. I'm greeting at the door. He pulling up with a next chick. I said, oh, wow. At my church? That's crazy.
Oh man.
I was about to say something, but I can't drop no names of no churches.
Oh, it ain't at this church. It was in Orlando. LOL.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Anna and Chad. Y'all be careful out there.
Oh snap! Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
They already married her. That's okay.
Yeah, they married, but. So I kind of want to. I'm happy that we can do this. I wish I did it earlier, I wanted to ask a question that got like your perspective, Angel, being in the age range you are now, and you, Chauncey, being in the age range that you are, because for everyone watching, they're in some different ranges. Okay, so we have like a 2-year-old adult and an older adult.
An old adult? That's crazy.
Older adults, older than 2 adults. So, how long does it take for someone to know if they want
to marry you? I feel like
How long?
mm-hmm. How long would you give them to say, like, you know what, I actually want to marry you?
I'm not going past 2 years. I ain't
2 years?
Huh?
going past 2 years.
That's crazy.
Huh? What? Your response made me forget the question.
Wait,
What was the
was the
question?
question like how long like would you take wait,
Wait to
how
get
long do you know
married?
somebody to get married or how long
How
do
Do
you know
you
somebody?
know?
how long will you wait to know someone wants to marry
How
you?
long would I wait?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
well, if I'm not married in the span of 2 years, it's done. I guess calculate that, man. I'm just not waiting too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as waiting at how long will I wait to get married? I feel like a year. And then how long I know the person should know that they want to marry me. They
Mm-hmm.
should know in the first couple of weeks. Like you should know this if this is something you
Okay.
want to do or not. Like the first
First,
couple of weeks, you should know. Okay, this person has this. Okay, it looks very close to what I wrote down. It looks very close to what I asked God for in my heart. All right, let's see if this is consistent. Let's see if this is panning out to are you really this person for real? And keep asking God,
Right.
who the heck is this? Until he keep revealing in those spaces and go from there. But I feel like they should know if you want to talk to somebody in the first 30 minutes of the conversation, this ain't going how it's supposed to go. Okay, it was nice to meet you. You have a good day. You're very handsome, you're very nice. Somebody else can enjoy it. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Angel, what do you think about her perspective? And I definitely agree. Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you need to know.
I don't know about that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not a
It's
man. I know men have the perspective like I can from my experience they be knowing like me as a woman, I don't know, I have to see you in certain situations. I
mm-hmm.
gotta see you when we're in the lovey-dovey phase. Gotta see you when we get in an argument about 3, 4 times. I gotta see, you know, tax season. You get your taxes done. Your credit. I gotta
what do you
know all. Yes,
ask?
you got
Are you taking me
one
to
full round of that. Let me. If you don't
One full
mention that you're
circle.
going to get your taxes done, I'm not giving that.
Scammer.
add that to her list? I
Hmm?
saw that.
Put her head down.
Taxi.
Taxi.
What is you
Huh?
getting? Are you paying or are you getting taxes? Chauncey just hopped off.
What?
Oh man,
Oh,
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. She just left.
that's okay.
That's okay. We needed to wrap it up anyway, I think. What you think?
Yeah, I was gonna share my opinion on it, but I'm gonna wait till next time.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Y'all, we hope to do this again very soon. If you know us, if you love us, if you ain't never seen us before and want to catch on to the next one, make sure you follow us so we can keep y'all posted. Angel, we're going to have you back on again
Yeah.
because it's so interesting to hear your perspective be so different from just someone who's older. Because when you're in the older age range, it's like there's more urgency there. The deal breakers are stricter. We ain't trying to waste no time. It's like you got a month. There's no way you're having 2 years of my life and you don't know if you want to marry me. No chance. You get what I'm saying? So that thought process is like, a little different, but hopefully we'll see. Chauncey's actually joining back, so we'll run for a little bit longer if you have some time, Angel. You good?
I want to say,
Okay.
like, I feel like you are right. My time span, I don't mind cruising. Like, I'm not not going out to look for anything. Like, kind of, I'm, I'm kind of focusing on another thing. Like, I want to
What you focus?
graduate. That's my goal. Like, I feel like, no, I'm not giving anybody my time until I do that. So that's why my time span is a little bit more long because I'm not looking. I mean, it'll speed up as I get older, but
That's really good. But if I can that if that's what you said, that when you're dating people, it's good to communicate, be upfront about it, but also like not create casual situations or really serious situations in a casual season of your life. You know, like, hey, I'm focused on school. I don't mind us going on some dates here and there. You ain't getting no cheeks. You're gonna have to wait like 4 or 5 years before I really want to settle down. And that's if I like you, then I can't make no promises, no guarantee. You know what I mean? Like, I may be somebody boss in 5 years. You might not fit the deal that the list that I'm gonna have then, you know. So I think being open about that is completely fair, but just keep your standard, have a casual dating standard, like a real relationship.
All right. I would say one thing I am learning is what I thought before. That's Bible. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I spake as a child, I reasoned as a child. When I became a man, I put childish things away. I used to say it should take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a few weeks to know if you want to marry them. I think I've learned that there can be some variability because I'm here now. And I know that what I knew back then about Angel, she's changed and she's tweaked and she's become a different Angel than who she was. Like everybody else sharing relationship. But that's the truth. And I think that a margin is like in dating, if you're dating, obviously you know you're not even dating, you're just trying to figure out who this person is. It take a couple minutes on the phone, a phone call, an hour conversation, maybe a 2 hour phone call conversation to know if you want to try to proceed further with a relationship. You in a relationship after I would say after a good 2 months, 2 months to a month, and it depends on how rigorous the dating process is. Like people don't want to ask these types of questions, man. We used to ask. I asked Angel some crazy questions, dog. I said, bro, what is your credit score?
We was in each other's business. Like the first time we got on the phone, hey, how you doing? What's your social security number? Hey, what's your favorite color? All right, now what's your where am I from?
One thing she asked me that
how are you raised, stuff like that.
One thing she asked me that was very new for me. I think if I'm remembering this correct, she was like, how do you feel about taking like a genetic test to see like what you got going on in your blood? And I'm like, who are you? Oh, I was completely flabbergasted. But I'm not opposed to that now. Like when I have a daughter, I won't be mad if she's like, hey, like what you got? Maybe not go get tested like genetically, but does anybody have diabetes in your family? Does anybody have like maybe not diabetes, but cancer? Has anybody had all this stuff? And it doesn't mean you X them out, but it's just so that you have a clear idea of what you're getting into and who you're getting into. Right. Because like if we're talking, it's like jobs and careers. Everyone tells us and puts the pressure on us to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives, right? Mm-hmm. And then come 2 years, you were in school for 2 years, you switched up. Now you thought you was gonna be a civil engineer, you're an astronaut, buddy boy. You know? And it's like you had all this pressure to know exactly what you wanted to do for 40 years. Well, the same I think is true. I think you should have a very good idea of the type of person you want to marry. And if they fit that mold right now, that's good. You both go in knowing that you evolve, but you should never get off that track of loving Jesus, being like you have that top 3, Chauncey, that top 3 are immovables. Those are stones that will never go away.
Yeah.
You might veer a little to the left with a little bit of pizzazz, and instead of maybe he was an artist and now he might be a little bit business savvy. Cool, but loving God, we ain't gonna have no conversation about that. You don't love Jesus. Jesus who? Who's Jesus to you? Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, those are
Can I give a
immovable stuff.
disclaimer?
Yes.
So I want to give a little disclaimer because everything is specific to your life. The questions that we ask are going to be based on, and this is something I was touching on last time we went live. It's going to be based on what your values and your principles are. Clearly, we have a lot of the same values because we're all believers. But the reality is we have different life experience. I have different triggers from Angel. I have different triggers from Chauncey and G. I have to know what those things are that may trigger me or may make me feel like, I don't really know, or what I'm just so firm on that I could never like really compromise on, so I can make up my list. And my thing is, for me, the reason why the genetic question came up is I know I have a sickle cell trait. So if you got sickle cell trait and I have a trait, is our love really worth our kids being in a very compromising situation? Like, maybe we can figure this out early on. Like, hey, this probably isn't a good idea because we're not in the 40s, 50s more. We have information that we can kind of use what God is revealing to us and allowing us to see through science to avoid some sticky situations. Because that could put a lot of pressure on a marriage. And it's just like, if it's not necessary, why go through that, you know?
Unless the Holy Ghost leads you.
Unless the Holy Ghost tell me, and it better be the Holy Ghost telling me, you know, to go through that or to be okay with that. And
yeah, because sickle cell bows to the name of Jesus. So we're not about to have fear-based decisions,
mm-hmm.
but we are going to use wisdom. Sorry.
But my thing is, though, I still got to ask you because I got to know what I'm praying about. Because if I never ask you and I'm just like, Jesus, Holy Ghost. If I can ask you and I can find out, okay, God, this man told me to marry. I'm praying for my kids today. Their blood cells are in a perfect shape. The white blood cell count is good. They never going to have a problem with this. We're not living in hospitals. Like, I can prepare based on my experience and based on what I know, you know. I can use my situation to come up with the right questions for my partner.
Yeah.
The questions that you ask helps you count the costs.
Yes. Thank you. Bring
mm-hmm.
the scriptures. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love that. Do y'all have any last things y'all want to say?
Thank you guys for having us on.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for both of you guys. I'm glad you guys are doing it. I knew you guys could do it. So proud of you. Keep it up, and it's gonna turn into something amazing. What if it's like real chance of betting for love or something? The Christian version of that, like.
Okay.
Producers, like, let's get it done. Let's get it popping.
Please feel free to give us feedback too. You know, if you feel like I talked too long or whatever the case might be, give us some, tips.
Yeah, because I really thought we were gonna be done an hour ago. Honestly,
yeah, that's the one tip. Just put 20-minute spans, because y'all know y'all can't do 10 minutes. Y'all are very great communicators.
This project. You guys are very passionate about this topic.
Yeah. So you might as well give yourself
even podcasts, just saying.
Yeah. Yes. But this is supposed to be a segue into that, but yeah.
This is a segue into that. But it's also a little bit of a teaser. So anybody who's on here now, y'all let people know that they missed it, because I'm gonna keep it up for 24 hours to be nice. Mm-hmm. But then I'm taking it down. It's not about, you gotta come on the live, talk to us, throw questions in here, y'all. Ask us, things that you want to see us talking about. DM us all the things. Because this ain't Netflix. My page is not about to be a bunch of live videos. So y'all just tune in.
Followers we got. Look at the people that tuned in. So they want to hear what you got to say. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all stay tuned in.
We love y'all.
We do love y'all.
Love you guys back. Bye.
I'll see y'all Friday.
Wait. You won't see me. I going to Jamaica.
Hey.
That sounds so much fun.
All right.
Hi. How I get? Just press the X.
Yeah.
Okay. Now me acting like a millennial.
Oh